Hi guys, Ryan Gill here with Hunt Primitive, and today we're going to talk about the differences between Chert and Obsidian. Now when I say Chert, what we're really going to do in this video is we're going to lump all of those different types of rocks together. Cherts, flints, jaspers, agates, chalcedony, all of that stuff. We're going to put it basically in one big pile and call it Chert. And then the other one is Obsidian, which is volcanic glass, and that would also include dacite. And I get asked all the time from customers and people making their own points, which is better, Chert or Obsidian? And the short answer to all of that is neither. They both work exceptionally well, but we will talk a bit about some of the very slight differences between them. Obsidian, being a volcanic glass, is exceptionally sharp, so those points are a little bit sharper, but they're also more brittle. Chert still gets very, very sharp. Plenty sharp to hunt with and kill animals very, very quickly, but it's a little bit more robust. But it's not quite as sharp as Obsidian. And that's pretty much the only difference, except for geographically where they come from. Now, since Obsidian is more brittle, people have a concern that, well, if they hit a rib or hit a bone or something like that, that the point's going to break and they're going to lose the animal. And that's typically not that much of a concern, because any really robust bone you hit with any sort of stone point is going to break the point, but typically the arrow continues to travel and does a lot of damage within the animal. So even if you break a point, more times than not, it's creating new sharp edges, and that's still continuing to cut. But if you hit square on really tough shoulder, leg bones, or right on the facets of the vertebrae, but you don't actually get in and cut the spinal column, then you're not going to penetrate anyway. And honestly, the point, yes, it's going to break, but more so than that, it's kind of going to shove the point back into the arrow shaft, and you're going to lose a lot of energy as it splits some of the arrow shaft anyway. So really, it's not that big of a deal that Obsidian's not as robust as Chert. So with all the animals that I've hunted and shot over the years, I've shot both, all the different types of Cherts and such, and also Obsidian. And I've killed a lot of animals with each, and I have no preference between the two other than I like Chert just because I like the way it looks better than Obsidian. And I think the only reason is I live here in the East where we don't have Obsidian naturally, so it doesn't appeal to me as well. But I still do enjoy shooting Obsidian, and I have no problem doing it. I would pick up a set of Obsidian tipped arrows, go out and hunt today, and have absolutely no worries that I wasn't going to, I'm not going to hit the animal and the point's going to explode and I'm not going to get the animal. That just doesn't happen. I've made spinal column shots on deer and hogs, both with Obsidian and Chert, and I have penetrated and broken or cut the spinal column with both. But yes, typically your Obsidian point is probably going to break easier than the Chert point. But that's just the nature of hunting with stone points. And quite honestly, if I get the animal, I'm not really concerned that much about the point, other than I like to collect them and keep them and put them in a display case with all the other point fragments and arrow pieces that I've used to take animals. And one of those other concerns people have is, well, they want to be able to shoot it and reuse it. Well, some of them you can. If you really want to reuse the point, Chert's probably going to be your better option because it is a little bit more robust, but you could still break Chert points just as easily. But you could shoot all the way through an animal with an Obsidian point and it be perfectly fine as well. And because I'm not really that concerned with reusing the points because I save them, it doesn't really matter to me whether they break or crush a little bit or what have you, because I enjoy seeing all those natural breaks, and then I put them in the display case, and then that's how I enjoy them. And for folks that do want to reuse them, or they want to really get their money out of the points that they purchase, one of the things to remember is if you send us really nice pictures of the animal that you've taken with it, like a deer or a hog or a bear or something like that, that will give you a replacement stone point for free. So you keep the old stone point, of course, and then I'll send you a new one. And that's what we call our stone point replacement program. The only catch with that is you need to make sure that you take a pretty nice picture without a whole bunch of just big branding. And that it's not just a picture of a deer piled up in the dingweeds and you held a flashlight and snapped the picture. It's not so much verification that you killed a deer with it, is we will replace the point with you sending us a really nice picture, and then we'll be able to share that picture on social media or on the internet. And then way it's kind of a good trade, so we'll be able to share it to other people and inspire them to get stone points and hunt with them, and then you get a brand new stone point to put on your arrow and go hunt with again. So in any event, you can decide for yourself whether you'd like to shoot Chert or Obsidian, but at the end of the day, I have absolutely no preference. I use all of them, and you shouldn't really be that concerned with it. Choose whichever one appeals to you most. What do you like the looks of? What's more native to your area that gets you excited? Whatever does it for you, that's what you should do. And of course, if you're looking for stone points already made, or you're looking for stone to nap your own, or the napping kits, or any of that stuff, you can get it at huntprimitive.com. Alright, hopefully we'll catch you on a future hunting or building adventure.